Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamunatiravanachari. Yamunatiravanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Krishna Balaram. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Anantadev, Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Anantadev. Jaya Srinivas Govinda, Jaya Srinivas Govinda, Jaya Srinivas Govinda, Jaya Srinivas Govinda. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jai Om Vishnupad Param Saprivraj Kacharya Ashtottara Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON Samsthapakacharya, Savior of the whole world, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Haribol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottama Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhadresho Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 6th chapter. The 6th chapter is entitled The Killing of the Demon Putana. She is actually a demoness. We are going to recite text number 44. The last verse of this chapter. Yaha etat putana moksham ya etat putana moksham Krishnasya arbhakam adbhutam Krishnasya arbhakam adbhutam Shrunuyat Shraddhaya Martyaha Shrunuyat Shraddhaya Martyo Govinde Labhate Ratim Govinde Labhate Ratim Ya etat putana moksham Krishnasyarbhakamadbhutam Shrunuyat Shraddhaya Martya Govinde Labhate Ratim Ya etat putana moksham Krishnasyarbhakamadbhutam Shrunuyat Shraddhaya Martya Govinde Labhate Ratim Yaetat Putana Moksham Krishnasyarbhakamadbhutam Shrunuyat Shraddhaya Martya Govinde Labhate Ratim. Matajis. Yaetat Putana Moksham Krishnasyarbhakamadbhutam Shrunuyat Shraddhaya Martya Govinde Labhate Ratim. Near the boys. Yaetat Putana Moksham Krishnasyarbhakamadbhutam Shrunuyat Shraddhaya Martya Govinde Labhate Ratim. Girls, anyone? Yaetat Putana Moksham Krishnasyarbhakamadbhutam Shrunuyat Shraddhaya Martya Govinde Labhate Ratim. The synonyms, please repeat after me. Yaha, anyone who, etat, this, Putana Moksham, salvation of Putana, Krishnasya, of Krishna, Arbhakam, the childhood pastimes, Adbhutam, wonderful, Shrunuyat, should hear, Shraddhaya, with faith and devotion, Martyaha, any person within this material world, Govinde, for the Supreme Person Govinda, Adipurusha, Labhate, gains, Ratim, attachment. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. Any person who hears with faith and devotion about how Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, killed Putana, and who thus invests his hearing in such childhood pastimes of Krishna, certainly attains attachment for Govinda, the Supreme Original Person. Please repeat this translation after me. Any person who hears with faith and devotion about how Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, killed Putana, and who thus invests his hearing in such childhood pastimes of Krishna, certainly attains certainly attains attachment for Govinda, the Supreme Person, the Original Person. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The incident in which the great witch attempted to kill the child but was killed herself is certainly wonderful. Therefore, this verse uses the word adbhutam, meaning specifically wonderful. Krishna has left us many wonderful narrations about him, Simply by reading these narrations as they are described in Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one gains salvation from this material world and gradually develops attachment to and devotion for Govinda, Adi Purusha. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 10th canto, 6th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Killing of the Demon Putana. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Like we have all gathered here, we are having a meeting about the Srimad Bhagavatam. Several thousands of years back, saintly persons used to gather and they would hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So the first assembly, where after the Bhagavatam was compiled by Vyasa, Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa, was the assembly in which the emperor of the world decided to retire from his royal duties, handed over charge of ruling the world to his son, Janamejaya. Parikshit Maharaj retired and he went to a holy place. Formerly, he used to select the place. Why? Because there was no microphone, there was no auditorium, there was no hall. They would go to a sacred place where they can just sit down comfortably and hear without any disturbance, without any noise, without any chirping of the birds, without any movement of chariots, horses. Those days there used to be, instead of cars, there used to be carriages, horse carriages. Or they used to just ride on a horseback. So none of those disturbances are there in that place. It's a quiet place. Have any one of you been to a pristine forest which is untouched by human beings? Recently I got a chance to visit such a forest. And you won't believe that it's so quiet any time of the day or night. It's unbelievable. But there are millions of animals, birds, insects, worms, trees, plants, all kinds of creatures except human beings, some rare humans who are like saintly persons who want to go to such a place and undisturbed they want to practice their meditation or their devotional service or their yoga practice, whatever they want to do, spiritual life. So even now such forests are there in India at least. I don't know. Maybe in Africa also there are such forests. But in such a place, we see complete harmony with nature. Total harmony. Forest is a place which is supposed to be in the mode of goodness. Means no one is envious of another person. Especially the animals, the birds, all the lower creatures other than humans, they mind their own business. Even a tiger, I had been to a tiger reserve. A tiger reserve is a place where nobody is allowed to hunt and there's a vigilance squad It doesn't allow anybody with any weapons to enter that place. And even those who are allowed entry, they are given a certain path through which they can traverse either by walking or by a vehicle. And there's always a guard accompanying such people who want to visit that reserve forest. And in that reserve forest, the forest officials don't allow anybody to touch anything. You can't take even one leaf, one twig. You can't take any earth even, nothing. You don't take in anything, you don't bring out anything from that place. So such a forest, I had a chance to visit with one forest official. And then we should not make noise. Then we hear the silence. If somebody is even talking very softly at some distance, somewhere deep in the forest, we can clearly hear them. So you ever wondered? There is no microphone system. There were 80,000 sages gathered in a place called Naimisharanya. You can even visit that place now, Naimisharanya, in India. It's near Lucknow. It's a place called Nimisar. And one speaker is speaking, no microphone. He's just speaking. Everybody can hear very clearly because there's no other sound. There are so many birds, but they don't make noise. There's so many animals, they don't make noise. The only time certain birds make sound or they chirp or they make their noise is when a tiger is out hunting. A signal for the other animals, tiger is out. The deers, the bisons, certain other animals which the tiger kills for its food. So the tiger has to work very hard, and then it gets one animal and that's it. It will get that animal and feed its young ones. It will itself, get its food, and it will last about 2 weeks to 3 weeks. So those 2 weeks, 3 weeks after the tiger gets its food, the tiger will not bother anybody. Neither the deers or the bisons will ever be afraid of the tiger. The tiger will be lying in its place with its young ones and the carcass, the animal. It'll keep on eating little. It'll be generally near a body of water. When it feels thirsty, it'll just go and drink water. And when the tiger is lying there, or it's going for drinking water, other animals will be drinking water without any fear of the tiger. The tiger will not bother anybody else, nor the other animals will bother anybody. So, in the forest, every living being needs some food. And the rule is, Jivo Jivasya Jivanam. Bhagavatam explains this. One living being is food for another living being. The food is also a living being. The animal or the bird who wants that food is also a living being. And for sustaining the life, Jivo Jivasya Jivanam, for sustaining the life, one living being has to feed on another living being. So all the herbivores or the vegetarians, as we say in our society, they have got plenty of trees, plants, shrubs. Some eat leaves, some eat fruits, some eat flowers. Some eat the wood, termites, you know that. termites feed on? Just the wood. So different parts of the tree are different food for different creatures. Then the creatures themselves, the worms or the insects or the birds, they are food for certain other higher animals. Like that, there is perfect harmony. Perfect harmony there. Unless an animal or a bird or a worm or an insect wants some food, it will not bother anybody else. Not bother anybody else. So, human beings have got a lot to learn by visiting such a forest. Formerly, this was very common knowledge. How everyone lives, everything lives in harmony in the forest. And human beings also, they learn that just by visiting a forest or just by hearing from the scriptures, they learn. Learn to live in harmony with the creation of God. So, here, Shukadeva Goswami speaking to Parikshit Maharaj. Later on, Suta Goswami spoke to 80,000 saintly persons, sages, rishis. All of them are hearing Suta Goswami or Parikshit Maharaj, Shukadeva Goswami speak about Bhagavatam. And what is Bhagavatam? It's a narration of the activities of the Supreme Lord Krishna in his various incarnations and his devotees, his pure devotees, their activities, narrations about their activities. Bhagavan and Bhagavata. Bhagavan is the Supreme Lord and Bhagavatas are the devotees, pure devotees. So their activities are described in the Bhagavatam, the scripture. So simply by hearing, any person who hears with faith and devotion. What is this faith? Faith has got a Sanskrit equivalent, Shraddhaya, Shraddha. Shraddha is defined. Shraddha is not blind faith. Shraddha is not speculative faith. Shraddha is unflinching faith, which is described as Shraddha Vishwasa kahe sudrida nishchaya. Vishwasa, sublime trust, unflinching trust in something sublime. What is that trust or faith or belief, firm belief? It is that Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Kritahoy. Simply by rendering devotional service, all my activities, all my endeavors will be perfect. This is called Shraddha. It's just like when we live in a civilized society, there is a government which is meant for the welfare of the citizens, and the citizens simply have to follow the rules, the regulations. And the government provides for all its citizens. But a good government means if there is any one of the citizens who is disturbing somebody else, encroaching on somebody else's fair share of the facilities government provides for everyone, you take your quota and be satisfied with it. Don't encroach on somebody else's quota. There's plenty for everybody by God's arrangement in nature. Just like in the forest I described. There's plenty of food for everyone. But they take only what they require. And nobody accumulates, nobody hoards. Why? Because the entire forest is a big store. Whatever they require, everything is there in the forest. Hare Krishna, please don't distract me and distract others and distract yourself. Oh, you want something to take down notes? Okay, fine. There is plenty for everyone, but if we encroach on somebody else's fair share, more than what we require, then we are violating the laws of nature, of God. Then we become implicated in what is called as karma. And that karma will be the cause of our suffering, punishment inflicted by higher arrangement. Different types of suffering. So, but for this karma, in God's creation, there is no suffering, there is no misery, there is no enviousness, there is no hatred, there is no scarcity. There is only happiness, satisfaction, harmony. You see? So, in the human being, as opposed to other creatures, lower creatures, there is this developed intelligence, developed consciousness, developed awareness, which naturally prompts any human being to inquire into, who am I? What is this world? Where have I come from? What is my goal of life? What is the purpose of my life? Unless these inquiries are made, now you are well aware, a child is born, as soon as it starts speaking. All of us have gone through this. Okay? Mothers will testify. The child starts speaking, the parents are extremely excited. My child has started speaking. Because till then, it is communicating with the mother or anybody simply by crying. It wants milk, it will cry. It feels very suffocated or hot, it will cry. Feels very cold, it will cry. If it passes urine in the diapers, it will cry. Clean me. So, crying is the language of the child, and the mother understands. Even if others may or may not understand, but the mother understands, and she comforts the child, she takes care of the child. That's Krishna's arrangement, God's arrangement. But as soon as the child starts speaking, it will start asking so many questions. This questioning is natural for any human child. It's only for the human child that it will ask questions other than, I want food, I want sleep, I want some entertainment, I want some security. 4 things are common between humans and lower creatures. Ahara nidra bhaya maithunam cha samanyametat pashubhi naranam. Common between at least animals and humans, and all other creatures also to different degrees. Ahara is food, then Nidra is sleep. Bhaya. Bhaya means fear, but actually it means defense. Maithunam cha, and sex life. So these four necessities of the body, all creatures have, including human beings. But a human being is a developed, rational, intelligent creature. So human being, there is one extra function. Inquiry about God, or about the truth, or about life, about reality. This inquiry, in the language of the Vedas, it's called Brahma Jignasa. Jignasa means inquiry. Inquiry is there in all creatures. Of course, the animals and the birds speak in their own language. For us, it is like dog barks, birds chirp, lion roars. What we don't know is that the roaring of the lion, or the chirping of the bird, or the barking of the dog is their language for communicating among themselves, at least. So they are also making inquiries, and they are also getting answers. But human beings are meant, because of our developed consciousness, our developed intelligence, we have a language of communication which is very, very developed. It is well developed. So we can make inquiries beyond just, I want food, where is food, where is shelter, where is sex life, where is security. Beyond these basic fundamental needs of the body, we can make inquiries as to, who am I? And why that inquiry of who am I? Because why am I forced to suffer when I don't want suffering? Everyone wants happiness, everyone wants comfort, safety. But there is inconvenience, there is some danger, there are miseries. Right? So why these miseries are imposed upon me? This is the sign of intelligence. This is a sign of human form of life. Correct? So unless one makes such inquiries, human form of life is wasted. The extra intelligence, the developed consciousness is a special gift from God. We evolve from lower life forms to the human form. And the highest evolution is this human form. So human beings means they're the most evolved. Evolved in terms of their intelligence, their consciousness, their ability to inquire. And such inquiries have to be directed in a civilized society by the parents. The parents should direct the child's inquiry. As I told, parents will be excited, my child has started speaking. Then immediately the child will start asking, what is this? The mother or father, they say, table. That is learning. Learning by inquiring and hearing. This is very, very fundamental, what I'm saying. This is learning through inquiring and hearing. There is no need, actually, of any books, any classification of subjects, etc., topics, nothing. Though it's analyzed in the scriptures, what are the different subjects or topics for human beings. There's a whole scripture based on this classification, which explains this classification. Okay, but still, that's for those who are inquisitive or curious about what are all the various subjects we can learn or study or make inquiries. But otherwise, the fundamental inquiry is, who am I? This is a fundamental inquiry. And even more important than whom I is, why am I forced to suffer though I don't want suffering? Nobody works for unhappiness. Nobody works for getting some dukkha, some distress. But distress comes without our asking, without our working for it. Nobody wants miseries, but miseries are forced upon us in so many different ways. But those who are not very intelligent, they rationalize or theorize or settle down for, oh, that's the way life is. Sometimes you get sick and then you take some medicine and then you get cured and then everything is fine. This is the thinking or the intelligence of an animal or a lower creature. And you might say, animals don't have, doctors and medical research going on and so many medicines, nothing. They don't require them. Even we don't require them. Again, let me go back to the forest. Now, forest, you see, the tigers go hunting when they want food only in the daytime. Night, everyone goes to rest. Everyone, worms, insects, birds, animals, everyone goes to rest. So at night, there is no fear from any tiger which is hungry or otherwise, from anybody. And when an animal is sick, it just fasts, that's all. What does it do? Fast. In Ayurveda, the medical science that is there in our Vedic scriptures, it says, Langhanam param aushadham. Langhanam means fasting is aushadham. It is medicine, not just a medicine, it's the supreme medicine, it's the best medicine. Param aushadham. Last year, about February, same time, I was sick and I took a lot of different medicines from different specialists and I was not getting cured. Then I happened to visit one naturopath and their system is no medicines. If you're sick, you fast and you become cured. And they don't even ask you what kind of disease or what kind of problems you have. They just ask you to fast. Of course, the fasting has to be done under proper supervision. The animals, they don't require anybody to advise them. Because humans, misusing their intelligence, they developed bad habits, wrong eating habits. You see? So therefore we get sick. And therefore naturopathy says, just correct your eating habit and before you come back to normal health, you just simply stop eating, that's all. Stopping eating means the digestive system in the body doesn't have any work. If you don't eat, it has no work. Then the same digestive force or power will actually kill the germs or the infection, or set right the malfunctioning organs. Whatever be the cause, you don't have to bother about it. No doctor need do any diagnosis. And this works. Because I did fasting, and that cure which I could not get from so many medicines, because they could not diagnose what was my problem. That was the reason. And the naturopath said, no need to diagnose even. You just fast. That's all. And later on, after I became all right, once I bit my tongue while eating fast. And then it takes for me about 3 days for that wound on the tongue to heal. And then I take some gel and apply so that it will not burn or pain so much while it is healing. So instead of doing all that gel and waiting 3 days, I just fasted. I don't know whether you'll believe this. In 12 hours, the wound is healed. I bit my tongue in the morning. Evening, the wound is healed. If somebody gets a fever, if they don't eat anything, and when you get a fever particularly, don't even drink water, the fever will automatically subside. Prabhupada says there is one saying, unwanted guests and disease go away if you don't feed them. There's actually a saying like that in Sanskrit and Bengali also. And in local language also it will be there. So this disease, which is a unwanted guest in our body, guest because normally disease is not there in the body. Normally healthy body, there's no disease in the body. So the disease comes, uninvited guest, obviously, nobody invites, I want disease. And then just don't feed, it will automatically go away. So, my point is that if you have the faith that simply by devotional service to Krishna, all your endeavors will be perfect, you will get enlightenment in all knowledge, all your necessities will be more than provided for, and you will get the happiness and satisfaction for which people are seeking, working, striving, searching. All that is unnecessary for one who has faith and devotion in hearing about Krishna. Hearing about Krishna. And particularly Krishna's pastimes. And among his pastimes, the most charming and the most attractive and the most wonderful, childhood pastimes. Krishnasya arbhakam adbhutam. Arbhakam means a small child. Krishna's childhood pastimes, adbhutam, wonderful pastimes, somebody hears with faith and devotion, then certainly such a person attains attachment for the Supreme Lord Govinda. Now all our work or endeavors we develop different types of material attachments. And that is the cause of our bondage, suffering. That is the cause of our so many different endeavors for achieving so many useless things, which are not really required for us. On the other hand, if we simply invest our time, precious time in human form of life, in hearing about Krishna and hear from the right source and develop faith and devotion to Krishna. Then we develop attachment, attraction for Krishna. And then we lose attachment, we lose attraction for everything else unnecessary, unwanted attachments. Just like we are attached to eating. If we eat Krishna Prasadam, this attachment for eating will reduce. But that doesn't mean we lose all attachment. We don't lose all attachment. Instead, we lose attachment for unnecessary things while gaining attachment for Krishna. So the personality of Krishna is the most attractive personality, full of all wonderful qualities. How many qualities? Unlimited qualities. Unlimited qualities means there are unlimited living beings, and each being has got a specific attraction for one specific quality of Krishna or one particular attribute of Krishna. And in that quality for which I have attraction, I have a relationship with Krishna. You have a relationship with Krishna in one particular quality which you are attracted to Krishna. So hearing about Krishna means automatically you hear about all of Krishna's qualities, pastimes, and his relationships, and his personality, everything about him. And even in our ordinary life, we are attracted to people more than things or objects, inanimate objects. So people, relationship means a specific quality or a specific attribute. Now, even if somebody whom you are seeking some specific, attribute, let's say a child wants warmth, the mother provides, so the child is very happy, satisfied. But the child wants so much, and the mother can only give little. That's what we realize, no, as we grow up. Whatever warmth or love or comfort or satisfaction or happiness we're seeking, all our relationships, all our endeavors give us, either don't give us or give us very little. So if we seek that same warmth, love, comfort, or whatever we are seeking from Krishna, because Krishna is unlimited, Krishna can provide anyone, anything, any quantity. So that is why it is said here, you develop faith and devotion about Krishna by hearing about Krishna's wonderful pastimes, especially from Srimad Bhagavatam, and you develop attachment to Krishna, you automatically lose attraction for everything else, unnecessary. And then when you revive your relationship, loving relationship with Krishna, that's your perfection of life. Hare Krishna. Let's stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham